What's up, Pats Nation? Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Allie Barefoot. I've got two major topics I need to discuss with you guys right off the bat. Number one being there's a sleeper edge rusher that the Patriots fans can now start to get excited about after Matthew Judon has left the team and he's now playing for the Falcons. I've got my eye on one player who I think can have a big year in place of Matthew Judon. On the back half of the show, we're going to talk about the Patriots' offensive line plan or lack thereof. I came up with my own plan because I didn't like what Elliott Wolf had to say about what he feels about the Patriots' offensive line. So like I said, Matthew Judon no longer with the New England Patriots. It's a huge blow when it comes to sacks, comes to pass rush, and pretty much just a leader on the defense. But I've got my eye on one specific player that I think may not have the same box score as Matthew Judon. He may not have the same stats at the end of every single game, but I think coming into year 5, he's going to make a splash with Matthew Judon no longer being there. And I'm talking about Anfernee Jennings. I think he is going to step up, take over this role for Matthew Judon, step up in that edge position. He mainly thrives in run defense, but I think his pass rush is what's really going to stand out this year. He's been working hard in practice. We've been seeing him in the preseason games, and I think Anfernee Jennings is a sleeper at the edge rusher position. Because now you have to take a look at the updated linebacker depth chart. When you got Josh Uche at your left edge, you got Anfernee Jennings now coming up here towards your right, taking that Judon placement. But you've got Jawan Bentley and Jelani Tavai, two veteran linebackers right there next to him. So I think when you pair that with an end in Keion White, and now you've got Jennings and Uche on either side, I think that's still going to be a recipe for disaster when it comes to NFL offenses. And Jennings has been stepping up. According to reports, Jennings has had a beautiful run stuff plus a sack in Sunday's training camp practice. And he's been playing with the fronts with 3 defensive tackles. So we know that Anfernee Jennings is now going to take place having to take care of this defense without somebody like Matthew Judon. And I said his pros more so lean on the run defense side, which the Patriots have always been stellar at. The pass rush is where I get a little bit concerned about because Christian Barmore and Matthew Judon are obviously one of the top pass rushers that the Patriots do have to offer. So I'm going to need more from Keion White on that 3-4 front without Barmore, and I'll need more from Jennings behind that 3 to really provide what's been lacking. And I think that last year really allowed him to step up in Judon's absence while he was dealing with that bicep injury. He was out for the entire season. Well, Anfernee Jennings stepped up, right? 66 total tackles, 49 solo, 14 tackles for loss. I'm going to talk about that more towards the back half of the show. 1.5 sacks. That is the stat I'm going to need to double, quadruple. I'm going to need more than 5 sacks from Anfernee Jennings throughout this NFL season. And that's still saying a lot considering Matthew Judon tallied on 15 sacks in one season 3 years ago. But he's excited for this next chapter without Judon. It's tough, but he's really taking on a leadership role. He said, there are some guys that have been around for a while. We picked up Ox, which is O'Shane Ximines. He came from the Giants and has played a lot of football. We keep working together every day. We keep growing as a group, coming out here and putting the work in. So the defense is ready. Not to mention, if you allow this 5th-year veteran to step up this next year, here's what you could be getting with Anfernee Jennings. He signed a 3-year, $24 million contract in March, which means the Patriots already saw how proactive he can be in this defense. They signed him just after Josh Uche earlier this offseason. However, he is entering into his 5th year in the NFL, but technically 4 years because he missed the entire 2021 season to an injury. You got to put that on the back burner because the Patriots are already dealing with injuries on the defensive side of the ball. So you have to realize he's got a history. So keep that in mind. But he did lead the Patriots in tackles for loss last year with 14. Christian Barmore coming in second with 13. So obviously, he's a big guy when you need to take him down. A lot of those came on the run defense, which is what I said in terms of his pros. If he can try to take a little bit of that talent from the run defense, turn it into a pass rush, he can be a well-rounded edge rusher for the New England Patriots. But I have a question here for you guys before I jump into the offensive side of the ball. Who can replace Matthew Judon's stats this season? And I'm not talking about last year when he only played 4 games. I'm talking about the 2 years prior. 15 sacks, 12 sacks, over 80 tackles in a season. Who do you think fills that bubble now that it's left wide open? I think it could be Anfernee Jennings. I would love to see it be Keon White, maybe even a Jelani Tavai, but let me know in the comment section down below. Before I hop into the Patriots offensive plan or lack thereof, I want to tell you guys about our sponsor here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, the only app that I personally use to get any tickets to any concert, sporting event, maybe even a comedy show near you. I actually just went to AT&T Stadium this past weekend, not for a Cowboys game, thank God, but because Zach Bryan was in town, one of my favorite country artists. I saw him. I got tickets over a year ago on Game Time for my boyfriend's birthday, and he absolutely loved it. But thankfully, there are several events that you guys can go to right now with the last-minute ticket prices and the lowest price guaranteed. But the number one thing I love about Game Time is how you can see where you'll be sitting before you buy the tickets. If you guys are looking to go to Patriots preseason versus the Washington Commanders, I know you see that right in the left corner. $15 to go see your Patriots play. And hell, Gerard Mayo said if anybody's healthy, they're playing on Sunday. So, while it may not be a regular season game, you're going to get to see pretty much all the Patriots starters if they're not on the injured reserve list. That is worth $15. If you guys want to go on ahead and get your preseason tickets this weekend for the Commanders game or for any other Patriots game coming up this season, go on ahead, download the Game Time app, create an account, and all you guys have to do is use promo code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase while terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem your code CHATSPORTS for $20 off while terms do apply. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Are the Patriots signing an offensive lineman? Can I ask another question? Can the Patriots sign an offensive lineman? Because what we are dealing with right now with the front 5 is giving me stomach ulcers, primarily at that left tackle spot. I don't like it. I do not like it, and I would like Elliott Wolf to do something about it. The Patriots offensive line gave up 14 sacks in the joint practice versus the Philadelphia Eagles. They cleaned it up when it came to the preseason game versus the Eagles' second-string defense. Pat on the back, guys. But still, it's way too much. And when I look at what they've been running here with the first string, I put Caden Wallace at your left tackle because I do think he'll end up beating out Verdarian Lowe. But Verdarian Lowe also has gotten 8 starts in practice at left tackle. So you could have those guys switching in and out when it comes to week by week. Then you got City So at left guard. You got Nick Everett. David Andrews have been running with the centers. You got Mike Onwenu at right guard and then Chuck Okorafor at your right tackle. Well, here's what Elliott Wolf had to say about the Patriots offensive line. Surprisingly, he's okay with it, which is not good. We're pretty comfortable with our group right now. Obviously, we're going to look to upgrade on the offensive line or at any position if we feel like we can. But I think we gave up 1 sack the other night. Again, it was Philly's 2s, but it was an improvement to the practice on Tuesday. So again, we're just going to look and see how these guys respond to adverse situations. I think we're just trying to find the right combo right now. We feel confident in all of these players, and we're just working to find the best group rather than the best 5 individuals. I hate that. I hate everything about that, to be honest. You settling for 1 sack against the Eagles' 2s in a preseason game makes me sick. This offensive line is going to be what hinders Drake Maye's rookie season in the NFL. Considering there's still a quarterback competition between Brissett and Drake Maye right now, you are literally going to put Drake Maye out there with an offensive line that looks like the TSA guy that's about to get fired because he can't learn to pat people down properly. Are you kidding me? Well, I have a solution. Before I get into that, let me know in this question down below, should the Patriots sign a promising left tackle right now? Please do not wait until it's too late, Elliott Wolf. If you guys agree, type Y for yes, type N for no. Because I think I do have a solution at a promising left tackle. What about Donovan Smith? He's still on the free agent market. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He has some experience working with some New England quarterbacks, even though it wasn't in New England. And what I'm talking about here is, should the Patriots sign Smith? He allowed 2 sacks on Patrick Mahomes last season. Do you know how hard it is to probably protect Patrick Mahomes? That man is scrambling 24/7. You have got to be fast, you have got to be good laterally, and you've got to have quick hands and feet. Not to mention, he was also the left tackle blocking Tom Brady when he played for the Buccaneers. I know it wasn't with the Patriots, but he's worked with a Patriots type of quarterback. Plus, allowing Donovan Smith to be your starting left tackle gives Verdarian Lowe and Caden Wallace some time to develop, because I do not like either of them at the starting left tackle right now. So when you sign somebody like Donovan Smith, number one, you get a plug-and-play left tackle immediately. The man's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He's going to be able to figure out the offensive scheme that Alex Van Pelt is running. Not to mention, you've got a mobile quarterback like Drake Maye. Pat Mahomes he's the best mobile quarterback in the NFL. I think that's going to provide you. I saw my producer's head turn there. He's not sure if he likes it. But nonetheless, I do think that Donovan Smith is going to be able to provide a lot of protection for Drake Maye. The only thing that I have about him, and the reason why you're probably asking me why haven't we signed him yet, is that he gets a little happy hands. He gets a little bit too much with the yellow flags. He has a lot of penalties. In 2022, he had 13 penalties. Last year, he had 4, which is great, but mainly they're holding. Mainly they're offsides. That's what starts to make me a little bit weary about signing this player, is because you've already dealt with that with your offensive line. Verdarian Lowe got a couple of calls called on him versus the Philadelphia Eagles in the preseason game. You don't want to add on to that, but nonetheless, I'll take 15 penalties a season if that means he gets 1 sack on Drake Maye or Jacoby Brissett. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's just me. Do the Patriots sign Donovan Smith? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And as always, if anything does happen with the New England Patriots roster, we have it right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. All you guys have to do is hit that sub button for me.